you have a colleague from the 45th district who I don't think to date has been back to the session. She's very ill, Delegate Hattie Harrison.
Yes.
Unfortunately, she's worked tirelessly for decades,
Yes,
let
she
alone
has.
years.
She's been a real champion.
And I think she's still at Johns Hopkins, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're right. I'm not sure.
So, transferring from governing to a little bit of politics, 2014 is right around the corner.
I know.
Obviously, Delegate Harrison probably more than likely won't be running. So you have an open house seat, but many are speculating that you have Senator McFadden, your senator, who will have a strong contest from Julius Henson, looks like, who has announced that he will run. Another pastor in your district is supposed to been talked about running, and a lot of people speculate that you may run for the state senate, whether Senator McFadden leaves or not. I know he had told us before that he's going to go one more term and then leave it up to one of his colleagues already in the House, which I think he didn't want to say the name, but I thought he was aiming and suggesting you. So do you have any plans as of yet of what you're going to do in 2014 or how that'll shake out?
Let me say this. My plan at this moment is to run for re-election for the House of Delegates. But politics is very interesting. You never know what's going to happen. It's an ever-evolving process. I am absolutely committed, and I say this with all sincerity, to my constituents. I tell people I was not appointed to my position. I was elected by my constituents. And I work tirelessly to do a good job for my constituents. I live where I say I live. I have one home. I mean, people know how to get in touch with me. There's nothing private about Cheryl Glenn. You can call 411 and get my address, my phone number, anything. I'm saying all of that to say I want the best for my constituents. And, you know, I don't know. We talk about people who might be running for this and who might be running for that. Senator McFadden is a very good friend of mine, and he has really been a person who has helped me, you know, through my political career. I've known him for a very long time, and I really appreciate all that he's done for the 45th District. Having said that, you know, I know he plans to run for re-election, and I would expect him to. And if he runs for re-election, more than likely I will support him and run for re-election as a delegate. You know, if he runs. If he doesn't run, absolutely I would run for Senate. You know, regardless of who else is in the race.
Right.
You know, but I don't know. We never know what's going to happen. And I certainly don't want to sit back and see what happened in the 46th last election, where a newcomer knocked off a long-term incumbent, George Della. You know, and not to say that there's anything wrong with newcomers, but you know, I think that experience is very important, and you know, you need some background in this process to be able to hit the ground running. And though I was a newcomer in 2006, I had, you know, been a union president and had been a lobbyist, and you know, for many years. So this wasn't something new for me, you know. So I think it's very important to have that experience. Hattie Harrison, Delegate Hattie Harrison, has been a champion for working men and women. I'm honored to serve with her, and you know, she will not be running again in 2014. That shouldn't be a secret to anybody. So it will be a very, very interesting contest, because when you have an open seat, you have a lot of contenders, and all those persons who will file to run for delegate will be running against Cheryl Glenn. So my first priority is myself, you know, to make sure that I stay there to be able to serve the people, because not everybody feels the way that I do, you know, committed to the people who elect them. A lot of people are committed to the leadership, the governor, the speaker, the president of the Senate. I'm not like that. You know, I'm committed to the people first and foremost. So we'll see.
And we certainly appreciate that, because that's certainly a breath of fresh air, especially in the Democratic Party.
Yes,
in this state.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But, I think I'm here to stay as long as I want to stay. And so, I'm going to continue to be Cheryl. I'm not bought by anybody. I'm not bossed by anybody, And if they appreciate my leadership, then, I'm a deputy majority whip. I was very surprised when I was appointed to that position. I said, "Are you sure?" But it's just like last session. I mean, if I disagree with leadership on something, I'm forthright with that.
Right.
And I don't compromise those things that are, go to my soul and define who I am. I'm not defined by being delegate.
Right.
So
there's another young lady that almost exactly the same. I think her name is Joyce. That would be a great delegate over in the 41st
She sure
district.
would be. She's running for delegate, Joyce Smith, in
Yeah.
the 41st district for one of 3 seats. Yeah.
That'll certainly be an interesting race.
Yeah, it would be nice to have my sister here and have somebody else who I know is for the people, just like myself. And you see us in the community. You don't have to wait until election year.
Right.
If you have to wait till election year to see people who want your vote to be elected, then you're crazy for voting for them. I would never vote for anybody who I only see every 4 years.
Right.